We begin tonight at 10 remembering the 41st President of the United States. And new tonight, we've learned just hours ago that Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker will be in attendance at tomorrow's funeral for former President George H.W. Bush. Good evening. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. Outside of the former president's home in Kennebunkport, Maine, the community came together to remember the man they considered a friend. Today, a wreath with red, white, and blue ribbon was placed in the town where Bush spent many summers. The wreath is a small tribute to the big impact he left on the coastal town. A touching moment as former Republican Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole and Senator was helped out of his wheelchair for a final salute to his fellow World War II combat veteran. Let's give you a live look now at the state capitol, where Bush's body is still lying in state. Some members of Rhode Island's delegation will also be in Washington for the funeral service tomorrow morning, including Congressman Jim Langevin. New tonight, Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggins spoke with Congressman Langevin over the phone about how he personally has been impacted by legislation passed by the late president. Caroline?
Well, Shannon and Mike, the congressman tells me he's thankful for the work former President George H.W. Bush did to advocate for those with disabilities. He'll be at tomorrow's funeral, as will Rhode Island Senator Jack Reed. President Donald Trump will be there. Former Presidents Barack Obama, Jimmy Carter, and Bill Clinton will be there, as will Prince Charles, who's going on behalf of the Queen. Many people traveling to Washington, D.C. to pay their respects.
One by one, they filed into the Rotunda Tuesday. Former U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, Cindy McCain, widow of Senator John McCain, and members of the Bush family. Others who paid their respects included the president's service dog, Sully, who appeared alongside other beneficiaries of the Americans with Disabilities Act, a law President Bush signed in 1990.
We must remove the physical barriers we have created and the social barriers that we've accepted.
President Bush was the one that did put down the big barriers and opened up those doors wide so that people with disabilities, myself included, could go through those doors that otherwise in the past had been closed.
The ADA has made a great impact on the life of Congressman Jim Langevin, who spoke to us from D.C. tonight as he gets ready to attend President Bush's funeral in the morning.
He recognized that disability has no political affiliation. It can affect anyone or any family, and certainly affected me and my family.
An accident at 16 years old left Langevin paralyzed. He later went on to become the first quadriplegic to serve in the U.S. House of Representatives. In 2008, he joined President George W. Bush and his father in the Oval Office as they signed the ADA Amendments Act into law.
I had the opportunity also to say to President George Herbert Walker Bush that how much I appreciated his signing the ADA into law and how it affected my life, and how it's very possible that had that bill not been signed into law, that I may not be serving in Congress to this day, and I'm just grateful for his leadership.
And a reminder, the post office is suspending regular mail delivery tomorrow, and the stock market will be closed in honor of this National Day of Mourning. I'm Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.